Yo, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I joined the Players Championship yesterday and my hands are feeling better. I found liners. That's what I was missing in my training. The liners. And yesterday my hands were a lot more uncomfortable after my game, so which we're gonna get into. But after a good night of sleep, and I was using the massage gun on it, and I put some ice on it, it's mainly my left hand primarily. I guess it's just not articulate as my right hand. My right hand can kind of let the ball glide off my hand a little better. My left hand's a little more, it's a little more, what's the word? Caveman-y. Like, it's just not as like finesse. It's more just power or just underhand. You know, I have a variation of a, you know, whip, I guess you would call it. I have one whip where it's just, you know, the downward. And so I do a variation of that with my left, because I just try to copy everything with my left. Everything with my right, I just try to copy the same thing with my left. So everything I have with my right, I try to just copy the same exact thing. And yeah, I just got to get more articulated with my palm and my, you know, my fingers, my wrist. I was learning from a lot of the guys there. You know, they were telling me it involves wrist. It does involve elbow. You know what I mean? Of course, shoulder. And it's about technique and it's about form. Not so much about brute strength and power. So my first game, I played Julio Carlos, who, no disrespect, I think is an A player. Y'all gotta realize, but I think he's an A player in big ball, you know, in the regular ball. Y'all gotta realize, guys, I got so much, I don't even say I have so much going on, like I'm so busy. I just focus on certain things and I don't focus on other things. Like me choosing to focus on what I focus on, you know, it means I can't focus on other things. So I might not know every A player because that's not what my focus is on. You know what I mean? That being said, I think Julio is an A player. Just because somebody made a comment to me, yo, Amir, you're a real A player slayer. So that's why I'm guessing that he's an A player, which is great. Small ball is a completely different, it's dang near a completely different sport, if I'm being honest. Like, it's so different that, like, I'm surprised that, well, no, I'm not surprised that I can play. I can't play at the highest level right now, but I can play. And it's because I practice it. I have practiced it. You know, I don't practice it frequently, but I have in the past. You know, some of you guys are like, yo, Amir, I didn't know you play small ball, or you play small ball, Amir? No, I don't. But I had, you know, I found a admiration for it. So, you know, seeing other people do it and watching them and observing and absorbing, and then going out and playing it and trying to do the things that I just saw. You know, that's me. When I watch stuff, I don't just watch it just for fun, just to hee hee ha ha. Like, when I'm watching anything, I'm like absorbing and I'm analyzing and I'm like, how can I emulate and find similar success from like the things that I'm watching, the people I'm watching? Can I do that shot? You know? he killed it with his left. Like, I wonder how that felt. Like, what were his legs doing? Like, how did he? And then I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna try it. Like, yo, I remember that thing I saw. Let me try it. And so I play Julio Carlos, and we're battling back and forth. We're both a little stiff in the beginning, and then we end up having this huge volley. Huge volley, maybe 15, 16 hit volley. We're throwing artillery. Like, that's what I like to call them, like artillery, because like the ball goes high and it hits the wall and it comes off the wall high, and it's sending you deep into the court, and you got to go left, you got to go right, you got to go left, you got to go right, and it's just these bombs. Like, we're just throwing bombs. And I remember thinking, like, man, he does mixed martial arts, and so he's used to stamina and like battling long, for long amounts of time. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, man, he's not gonna stop. Like, and so it made me like raise to that level. I'm like, I gotta, I also volley too. Like, I'm a volleyer too, and I take, I don't want to say take pride, but I value being able to last long in a volley. Like, I think that's that is what am I trying to say? That's goals for me. Like, being able to just volley forever, you know what I mean? I like that. That's fun for me, and that speaks to just a high level of competency, in my opinion. The fact that you can just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And so I'm hanging in there, but I'm getting a little winded. Like, I'm starting to feel it in my arm. I'm like, damn, this is a workout. And I'm like, man, am I in shape enough, like, to keep volleying? Like, I don't know that I'm in shape enough. And the other night, somebody commented, like, I should do 100 push-ups or something. And I did 50 right there. And I'm like, no, I'm decently in shape. Like, I got a little bit of muscle on me. Like, hang in there. I'm talking to myself. I'm like, just hang in there. Just hang in there. And I end up hitting a deep shot that kind of like took a funny bounce high, and Julio missed it. And I won that volley, and it was like a group of guys on the right. Jared was there, a couple other guys. They were just, watching the whole time, and they were super impressed. And I remember thinking, like, okay, this game is this. I could take this game. I think I could take this game. And so I kept it steady. He got aggressive on some shots and hit a few out. Meanwhile, I was, fairly consistent, fairly steady the whole time. I worked the serve up the right and then the angle to the left, and my left wasn't really making too many unforced errors. And yeah, I ended up winning that game 21-10. So I took my first game in the Players Championship, small ball. That's right. So that felt good. That felt really good. Not gonna lie, it felt really good. And I had it live streamed, although that long volley did not get streamed because I went to get water. I moved the camera to like show me walking to get the water, and I was just so locked in that when I came back, I just got right back on the court, and I completely forgot I was live streaming. It sucks, and it happens. A few years ago, that would have just like, I would have tripped so hard over that, and that would have like really, really affected me. I would have got like all like, oh, I know I shouldn't be making content. Like, I didn't even get the best volley. But things like that happen. It's not the first time that's happened to me. It's not going to be the last time that I miss a big, a really cool play like that. It's life, man. It's life. So fast forward after that, I'm still vlogging. I'm still, I'm doing interviews. I'm talking to the old heads. After that game, one of the guys came over and, you know, he got to giving me some advice, and I absorbed a lot of info. I love to learn from the small ball, you know. I love to learn from anybody. People who know more than me, talk my ear off. Something's gonna stick, you know what I mean? And the fact that it's recorded, I could go back, I could watch it. Fast forward after that, I end up playing Tyree, who is recognized as the best in small ball. I think he's widely recognized as the best in small ball for a while now. And he's won this tournament, I think, 10, 11 times. And I was a little nervous. I went in knowing that I was gonna have to adapt, and I was wondering if I could. And yeah, he started off pretty vanilla, just pretty regular serves, pretty standard ball movement, left, right, left, right. And I found myself making unforced errors, trying to be more aggressive, like I'm like, I gotta catch him now. And then I hit it out. Meanwhile, he was kind of more measured, more steady. You know, I can't imagine he had any nerves. But maybe he did. I don't know. And I caught him with a shot or two that felt like, man, I could maybe snag him. Honestly, I had that thought in my head for a second. I'm like, maybe I could snag him. It was like 4. We got to like 4 up, and we were like, you know, he hit one out. I was like, oh, he makes mistakes. I was like, whoa, he hit one out. I served it to his left, super regular. Super regular, just served it to his left. He hit it down to the floor. I was like, he's the best in the world? And I think that was his first game. So he may have been just trying new things. You know, I feel like he was definitely warming up. He had a couple opportunities to like cross-court spike me, and he went for the straight every time. I noticed that. He would just go for the straight. Like if I'm over here, he runs over here close to the wall. He has the angle. He would just go straight every time. He was just keeping the ball. He was just hitting the ball away from me every time, if that makes sense. And it was given like safe. It was like he was playing safe. That might have just been his warm-up. But I caught him with a good shot. We had a decently long volley, and I hit it with a downward cut, and I just planted. I knew it wasn't gonna hit me, and he was behind me. The ball bounced in front of me and just went right over the both of us. He couldn't get it. He told me after, no one usually catches him with that. He said my height was kind of countering his high game. He usually plays the high game with people, which in small ball, that's what I like to do. I like that high game, you know, downward cuts that make the ball, you know what I'm saying? Those huge, huge volleys. If I had like a big court, if there were like a big court somewhere with no fences, like I feel like I would do that all day. Like I could do that all day. Literally left, right. And I feel a little sore. Somebody says small ball builds your muscles like more, it builds your core. I feel my shoulders like definitely got a little workout, my triceps, and then of course my hands from the contact, the direct contact. Needless to say, I scored 4 on Tyree, and I'll probably make a video, the 4 ways I scored 4 points on the best small ball player, Tyree. And I had a good time. I did have a good time. I stayed after that for the rest of the event. There were a lot of good games. I got to see Schneider play. I got to see Jarrell, Tyree, Carlene was there. Some of the old heads, Tony Roberts, Lefty George, Jared was playing, Joe Kaplan. Handful of good games there. Good vibes. They had food. It was cool, man. I got a shirt. You know what I'm saying? Pretty cool shirt. What does it say? 2024 One World Handball in memory of Michael Schneider. Coney Island Players Championship. Yeah. It's a little funky design right there. But yeah, all in all, I had a good time. My hands are recovering, and I'll be playing small ball again. I will be playing small ball again. I don't know how much I would put aside playing big ball to do small ball. But it's a cool, like, just variation for me. Like, I see big ball as like the main sport, and then, you know, once you get to a level in the main thing, you could start doing like little side, you know what I mean? It's like a video game. You get good at the main game, then you can, like, you know, you could dabble in some side quests, you know what I'm saying? Or like if it's like a character where, you know, if it's like a fighting game and you play one character and you get mad good with that character, you're good with that character, you're good at the game. Now you could start, you know, let me try this character, see what combos they got. Let me try this character, see what moves he could do or she could do. So yeah, that was the tournament, man. That's the vid. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.